So hey guys, welcome back to the one more video. Welcome back to the day 6 of our 50 days challenge placement series. So today we're going to discuss about the arrays. So thank you so much guys for giving us so much of support. So without wasting any time, let's start with our question of arrays, and we're going to solve some sort of major problems on lead code today, which is related to the array, because it's our tradition to solve one of the finest problems on the competitive platforms as well by doing the preparations. Right, so what is array according to you? So talking about the array, so array is nothing but the systematic arrangement of similar objects. Like you can understand in this way. First of all, how you can understand this particular stuff. So suppose you take an example of a school bus, right? Let's take an example of a school bus here. In this school bus, there are many students who are sitting, right? There are many students who are sitting in this school bus. Let me draw like this. And they are sitting as their roll number wise. They are going for a picnic. So the teacher instructed them to sit in a roll number wise manner, right? So wherever this particular bus will go, all the students will go together. And there can be one sort of seats which are empty here. So this is the basic example of what array looks like. So array contains a similar elements or similar group of elements in a contiguous way, or in a contiguous array, or in a contiguous memory locations. Like you can understand, like if I create an array of integers, then how it will look like? It will look like this. Basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And talking about the address location of it, so suppose this is 100, this is 104, this is 108, this is 112, 116 and 120. So now you can notice that they are stored in a contiguous order, right? They are stored in a contiguous manner in the memory. So this is particular, and this particular data structure is known as an array. So array is a very useful data structure when we talk about in many sort of interviews. So array is asked, and array is the fundamental data structure which we use in many sort of problems to solve it, right? So you can declare array in a very easy way when it comes to Python. Also you can declare array, and actually there is a list which we use in Python when we talk about the array. So like this, suppose it's array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're simple. This is how you can just implement this thing. Now there are many operations major operations which you perform on the array. So this is the finite series, and this is the finite course of data structure and algorithm. It's a 50 days challenge. So like, share and subscribe and share with your friend guys, and let's go to the further. So this particular data structure is considered as array, right? So elements have same memory size. Here elements have same memory size, and each identified by at least one array index or a key. So here elements which are present in this array, let me take example of this array even. Okay, so like this array actually looks. So here each element is having some sort of index. So like this particular element which is first, we consider it as a 0 index, 1 index, 2, 3, 4, right? And when we talk about the length, like if this is AAR, so when we talk about the length of AAR, then it will be returning as a 5, like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? So when we talk about the length, it is 5, and when we talk about the index, then it starts from 0. So it's a very important concept to be noticed, as many students make mistake in this particular concept as well. So if I want to access the value 5, then how I can access? Then I will just write array of 4, and like this I will be able to access the value of 5. So this is as simple as that. Okay, so now talking about the challenges which we will perform right now, because doing the questions we will understand the basics, and doing the questions we will understand the logic, and when we're going to understand the logic, the implementation will become easy for you. So going on together till 50 days, we're going to do the questions, and with the questions you're going to learn the implementation and logic building, right? So let's talk about the first question. So let me talk about reversing of an array. How we can reverse an array. But before that, can we just implement this array in this Python, and let's see how it works and how we can iterate through the array. Let's see some basic aspects of it. So without wasting any time, I will just hover you, or I will just take you to the Python, and we will see stuffs, right? So now we will go to our VS Code, So here is your VS Code, and we have just arrived at VS Code. So let me create one array. Let me talk about array. So this is one array which I have just created in a very simple manner. So if I want to iterate through this array, then how I can do it? By using for loop. For I in array, I can do this thing in this way first, and I can just print I, and by using this also I can easily iterate through it. And let's see. Okay, so like this I can iterate, right? So now what the next step, how I can iterate? There is any other matter? Yes, I can also write in this way. For I in range starting from 0 to length of this particular array, what we have to do, we have to just traverse over here, and then we want to print ARR of I, and like this I will iterate. Simple. So there are two methods to do this, right? So they both are resemblance the same, but they meaning different kinds when it's related to the problem, like if what problem you get, what implementation technique you will use, right? So now you have to just reverse the array. So this is the first problem which you have to solve. You have to just reverse this array. Then how you can do it? Now the challenge is you are not allowed to create any new array here, and you are not allowed to use the sort method. Okay, so what are the conditions of the reversal? First condition is you cannot use the sort, and second condition is you cannot use the reverse, and you cannot use any other array other than this for doing this. So now it's looking a bit complicated to the newbies here, but don't worry, it is very simple. You can do it by using the pointers. And let me go to the approach and let's see how it will be done. So let's come back to our screen. So now we will talk about the reversing. Like we just know how to traverse in an array. Now we will just focus on reversing an array, right? So let's see how we will reverse. So the array which is given to us is very simple. Is simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That's simple. This is this array is given to us. Now what we have to do is just reverse it. And how we can reverse it? We are not allowed to use sort, we are not allowed to use reverse method, and we are not allowed to use any other array. So we will have to perform the operation in this array as well, or only in this array. So now how we can do it? So let me break this. Now we will use the pointer approach here again, right? So last few days we are focusing more on pointers only. So how we will use the pointer approach here? So let's take an example here. Now I will take 2 pointers here. I will take 2 pointers over here. First will be my start pointer, and my start pointer will point towards the 0th element, which is this. Here is my start, and I will take my end pointer, which will point toward the length of this array -1. Why? Because this length will be returning me as 6, but this is the 5th index. When we talk about the index, then this is the index. So that's why I have written length of array -1. So this will be returning me the 5. So I will be here, right? Now what I will do? So now I will perform the calculations over here. How? So first what we will do? We will just have to reverse. So then what we will do? We will just reverse this, or we will swap this. So this will become the 6, this will become the 1. Then I will move the start pointer here and end pointer here. Then again I will do the swap, right? So this will become 5 and this will become 2. Then my start and end will move over here, and again I will have to swap. So this will become 4 and this will become 3. So the array which I will get is this, and you all know this is a reverse array. Got my point? You got the reverse array. So now what condition? We will have to write. So the code for this, how we can write it, like I have my start, which is 0, and end, which will be equal to the length of nums -1. Very simple. Nums is the array name. Let's suppose nums is the array name. So nums -1. Then what I have to do? I just have to go to the array. So here, now I will use the while loop. Why? While my start is lesser than end, what I have to do? Why I have written start is lesser than end? Because at that particular time, if here is my start and here is my end, so after this particular thing, my start will become greater than end. So at that particular time, I have to break the loop, or I have to complete, because my array will be sorted. So like this, I have to write one condition, my start should be lesser than end. So in that particular case, what I have to do, I have to just do the swapping over here. So how I will do the swapping? So in Python it's very easy to swap, otherwise in the other languages you can use the temp variable for the swap. So how you can do the swap? So for this, what I have to do, I will just use the nums of start comma nums of end will be equal to nums of end comma nums of start. Simple guys, done, very much simple. Okay, so after this, now what I have to do, I have to increment the start pointer and I have to decrement this pointer. So in Python, how you will write this, it's very simple. In the Python you can write this thing as start plus equal to 1 and end is equal to minus equal to 1. Very much simple guys. Okay, so like this you can write. And after doing this stuff, what you can do, you can just return your array again, which is nums. So like this it will be solving your problem. Okay, so it's a very easy. Let's do the implementations of it. Okay, so now let's go back to our VS Code here and let's see how we can do it. Okay, so I've given this array. So first I have to create one start which will point me to the 0 and end which will point me to the land. Let me take the name as nums, because in many lead code problems it will be nums. Okay, so in many lead codes problem it will be num. Okay, so like this, and it will be length of nums minus 1. Right guys, you are going right. And now we will run the loop for I in range, and the range no, not range, we will use the while. So while my start is lesser than end, what I have to do, I have to just swap the values. So how I will do, I will just change my start, and here will be the end, and then this will be equal to nums of end, and then it will be equal to nums of start. Right, we are going right. And then after this, let me make it some sort of small so that you can understand it. Then I have to just increment the start, so this will be like this, and I have to decrement the end, so this will be like this. So like this we will do this thing, and then we're going to print the array again, which is my nums. And now let's see how it will look. So when I will just run this Python file, and got the thing, this is the output. We got the sorted array. So this was the very basic problem which we have done right now. We have just sorted it, and I hope you guys understood it. Okay, so this is the very good problem, and you can also try it with your friends so that they also can understand this. So now we will move towards our next problem. So this we have done. Okay, this problem we have done successfully, and now we will move to the next problem. Okay, so let me see which problem I can give you guys. So okay, this problem is good. What you can do, if you have to just find the even odd sum. Okay, let's find the even odd sum. So I am taking you to the basic problems, to the complex problems in the further minutes of this video. So let's see. Now what we have to do, we have to just find, suppose this array contains 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. This is the any num array. I am taking it as a nums array, and it contains these values. Okay, it contains these values. So what you have to return me, the even number sum in this array and odd number sum in this array. Now how you can do it, how you will do it, take your time, take the 2 minutes, you can pause this video and you can try it yourself. If you don't find any sort of approach, then I will help you. Okay, so okay, now I will help you how you can do this problem. So okay, so this is a very simple problem and you can understand this thing. So what you have to do, simple, let me create this again, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Let me create this array again, hardly matters. So this is the nums array of mine, and this is this index. Why I am writing index? So that you can understand the traversal of this array. That's why I am writing the index again and again. So let's see how this question we will solve. So what I will do, I will create one pointer. Let's suppose this is an I pointer. Then again it will check whether my 1 is even or odd. Okay, so my 1 is an odd. So in the odd it will plus 1. Now let's move to the 2. Now it's even. So in the even it will add 2. Now it will come to the 3. So 3 is odd. So 1 plus 3. So, and when it comes to 4, 4 is even, it will go to here. Then it will go to 5, 5 is odd, it will go to here. And then here it is even, and it will be 6. So the output which I will be getting is, this will be 9 and this will be 12. Right? So like this, we will solve this problem. So how you can write the code of it? Easy. We can create one variable which is odd number, which is 0. And we can create one more variable which is even number, and this will also be 0. Now for I in nums, it is running in nums. So at that particular time, what I can do, I can check like if I mod 2 is equal, then it means that this is an even, because for the even we check the condition that is my I mod 2 is equal to 0 or not. So if this particular condition gets satisfied, then what I will do, even number plus equal to I, like this, what this will be happening, we are just plussing the values for the even, and otherwise if this will not happen, then I will do the odd number plus of I, because from even and odd this will be one number. So like this we're gonna do it, and after that, after this particular thing, we're gonna print even number and print odd number. So like this we will be printing. So let's see how its code implementation looks. So we are back to our Visual Studio Code, and then we will just do the implementation part of it. So this is the code which we have just done right now. Let me comment this for you, and this is the nums array. It is already prepared, so we don't have to do anything. So we have to just go for the code approach. So for I in nums, so before that I will create two variables. One will be the odd number, let me give it as 0, and one will be the even number, let me give it as the 0, and then I will just run the I in the nums, and we will check that if my I mod 2 will be equal to 0, then what I have to do, simply I have to increment my even number, and if this thing doesn't happen, or if this thing fails, then what I have to do, I have to just increment my odd number by 1, and by the end of this, what I have to do, I have to just print the even number, and similarly I have to print the odd number. So like this I have to do, and let's see what it will be returning. So okay, it is giving me the output as 3. Okay, so that's the mistake I have done. I have to just write the I over here instead of 1. Okay, so instead of 1 we will write the I, and we will just do it. So it's a 12 and 9. So that's the answer. That is the answer. Okay, so that question also we have just killed it. Just do the KDS of it. Now we're just gonna move to the next question, and this question is very much important when it comes to the interview point of view. So the name of this question is the rotation of an array. Okay, so before moving further, let me show you, and how we can understand the problem. Let's say, so this problem is on the lead code, because keeping our tradition to solve on one of the finest questions, we are just solving, and we are just choosing now two platforms. Today we're going to choose one lead code and GFG question. So there will be many questions which we are discussing in this video, like 2 to 3 questions we have already discussed. Now we will discuss many questions, and as we are just going further and further, you will get a better understanding of this topic. Okay, so now we will go to the Chrome, and we will see how this question actually looks like. Okay, so this is the rotate array. It's a medium level question on the lead code. So what this question actually teaches us, and what is this question is trying to tell us. So suppose you are given one array. Okay, so the first step to solve any sort of problem is to do the pen paper job. Okay, so in the pen paper job you have to just write the understanding of the problem, how you can do this step, how you can solve this problem. Okay, so how you can do the rotation part of it. So you have given one array. Let me take example of the nums. So let me make you understand the problem. So how your nums look like? So your nums look like this thing: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, this is the nums which is given to us, and now suppose the value of k is 3. Now the value of k is 3. So what we have to do? We have to rotate this array. And how we will rotate this? In the first iteration, we want 1, 7 to come here. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like this. When now my k becomes 2. Okay. Now again, what we want, because my k is equal to 3 now, so I have to do the rotation 3 times. Okay. So at the first time, my array will look like this. Now this 6 will come here, so 6 7 1 2 3 4 5, like this it will look. Now I have to do one more iteration, so there what I have to do, this 5 will come over here, so 5 6 7 1 2 3 and 4. So my ultimate output should look like this. So this is the problem. I think you understood the problem. Okay, so what we have done, like when the k will be 3, or I can take an example of an other array also. Let me take an example of this 5 6 7 and 8, and if my k is over 2 here, then in the first iteration this 8 will come, then 8 5 6 7. Okay, so in the second this 7 will come, 7 8 5 and 6. So this is the output which I will be returning, as I have done the rotation 2 times which is mentioned in the k. So like this you have to solve the problem. This is the particular thing. So you can take your time, because I just understanding, I think I just helped you to understand this problem. Now you can take your time to solve it yourself, and let's start the approach now. Okay, so what will be my approach, how my approach actually looks, how my approach itself look. So here we're going to use one of the method which we have just seen, which will be reverse. Here in the approach we will include one method which is reverse. So first what we will do, we will create one function of reverse. Now we will see why I've just done this, why we will do this. So let me take again this particular array. Let me take an example of this array. Okay, so how this array will actually look like. Okay, so how we will do this, so we have this array 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, let's take 6 and 7 also. Why to left them behind? So we have to do this for k. We have just given the value of k as 3. Okay, so firstly what we will be doing, so at first what we will do, we will reverse this. First we will reverse this. How we will reverse? 6 7 5 4 3 2 and 1. We have done the reversal of it. Clear? In the first step 1, we will do the reverse. Okay, then in the step 2, what we will do, simple. In the first step we have done the reversal. Now in the second step what we will be doing, we will do the reverse, or we will do the reverse of the array till the k. Like if my k is 3, so I will do the reversal till there. So like from here you can see, from here to here, what I am having, there are 4 5 6 and 7 which is coming. Okay, so till 3 I have to do. So my k value is 3. So let me see how we can do it. So very much simple, we have to just reverse it. Okay, just you have to reverse it. So when we will reverse this, it will become 7 6 5 4. Then when we will reverse, then in the reverse part it will look like 4 5 6 and 7. Okay, remain this as it is, make this as it is, no problem. Okay, make this as it is. Now what we will do, now till here we have done the reversal. Okay, till here we have done the reversal. Now what we will do, now again in the step 3 of this, we will reverse this particular stuff now. So 5 6 7, then 1 2 3, like this we will do the task. Let me see that is my approach is going right way. You have to check every time that your approach is going in a right way or not. So this is the answer which it should return, but let's see what my answer is coming. Okay, so I have done one mistake here. Let me start from again so that you can also understand it, because drawing an approach is a very easy way, and you have to validate it from every step. Okay, again in my step 1 what I will do, I will reverse this array. So when I will reverse this array, it will look like 7 6 5 4 3 2 and 1. Now in the step 2 what I will do, simply I will reverse that part of the array till my k. Like if my k is 3, then I will reverse this particular part only, because this is the 3 elements. So when my value will become 4, then I will take the 4 elements, but my value is 3, then I will just take the 3 elements. So how it will look like? Now it will look like 5, 6 and 7, and this will remain as it is. Now in the step 3, what I will do? I will reverse this part now. Okay, the remaining this part I will be reversing. So this will look like 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So very much well played. So we have figured out the way. This is the output. Okay, so now how we will do it? Let me write the code for it and we can just check. So first what we will have to do, we will first have to create one reverse function. So I will take one reverse function which will take 3 values. It will take array, and then it will take start, it will take an end, because we know when we just return the reverse code, same we have to write here again. So my start is already given to me. So what I will do, while my start become lesser than my end, simply I have to swap the start comma array of end with the array of end array of start. We will just swap the start and end values. Okay, this is how we will be swapping the values. Okay, after swapping, what we will be doing? Let's see. After swapping, what we will be doing? After swapping, we will be incrementing the start pointer, and then we will be decrementing the end pointer. Like this we will be doing. Got my point? Okay, let's move further. So like this we will be doing, and we're going to return the array. So this function I will be using again and again. So in my first case, let's understand the thing now. So now in the first, I will be calling this reverse, and from where I will be reversing this thing now. So from where I have to reverse? So first I will pass the nums, and then I have to reverse the array completely. So how I will reverse the array? I will start from 0 and we will go till length of array minus 1. This I have to do because I have to reverse this array completely. Then now I have to reverse the nums array. So from where I have to reverse now, because this is the first step. Now I have to perform the second step, which is this. How I will be performing the second step? So from now the condition is from 0 to k minus 1. This will be the index, right? So from 0 to k minus 1 will be swapping. So this will contribute me to the step 2. Now my step 3. So my step 3 will be reverse of nums from k to length of nums minus 1. Now this will this is not array, this will be nums. I am taking it as a nums. Let me take example of a nums. Okay, so like this, and then I will be returning the nums as the input. Now there will be one problem here. There will be one condition, like there will be one problem with k, that k will be returning me that index error, index out of range. This will be the error. So fix this error. To if my k is going outside the index, what I have to do? I have to add one operation here which will restrict my k to go further, right? So like this it will be working. So now my code is complete. Let's see how we can implement it. Okay, so now we will go to the lead code for solving this, right guys? So we have just waiting for it from a long time, and we will just go to the lead code again and we will solve this problem. Okay, so we are on the rotate array problem, and we now what we will do, we will create one function here which will be the reverse, and this reverse will take nums. You can take it as an give the name as an array also, your start and one end. Now what we will do, we will run the while loop while your start is lesser than the end. What you have to do, simple what you have to do is to just swap the things. So the array of start comma array of end will be equal to array of end comma array of start. Like this you have to do. Now start will be incremented by 1 and n will be decremented by 1. Now what will you do? Like this you done the thing, and we will return the again back the array. Okay, so like this you created one reverse function. Now let's move forward and let's see how we can solve this. Now we will write one condition here, which will be k will be equal to k mod length of nums, so that my k not go out. After this I will call the nums, and my nums will be equal to, we'll call the reverse function again here. We have called the reverse, and in the reverse I will pass the nums, and first I have to sort from 0 to length of nums minus 1. So like this I will get the nums again I will just pass the reverse, and this time we will do the nums, and now it will be traveling from 0 to k minus 1, and then I will again calling the nums, and this will also call. So reverse of nums again. Now from here it will be going from k to the length of nums minus 1, and after this particular step we are going to returning the nums again. Okay, so like this we will be doing, and let's see how this thing looks. Okay, and let me submit this solution and you will see perfectly. In the first attempt also we have just done this, right? So that's cool, guys. That's very much cool. We have just solved this problem. So this is the case, this is the problem, which is a medium level problem. We just bonsaied it. Now we'll move to the next problem. This problem I think is very much clear to you. So now based on this problem, or you can see that now what we have done, we have just done the rotation problem. So after this rotation problem, there is one more problem which we can try of solving. Let's take an example. Let's solve the problem of segregating zeros and 1. Okay, so this is the problem which you have to solve. We have to segregate the zeros and 1 in an array. So I am now this problem is in front of you on the GFG. This problem is there. You will find all this problem in the description. Just go over there and just click on the problem. You can just go on the problem, you can just solve it. Okay, so now what's the problem? We have to just segregate zeros and ones. So how we will be doing this? So that's the question. How are you doing this problem? So here what I have just given, here I am given the n. Let's take n as 5. Then my array will be like 0 0 1 1 0. So let me present you my iPad screen. So now it's visible to you. Okay, so what I have to do, so problem is in front of me. So you have given this array and the length of this array is also given to you. Now what you have to do, you have to just sort this in the format where 0 will come here and 1 will come after. Very simple problem to be solved. So like this you have to just solve this problem. So here how this problem will be solved, segregate zeros and 1. So here let's take an approach. You can take your time to solve this problem. So the condition which I am giving you here, which you cannot use, you cannot create new list or new array over here, and you cannot use the values like count. You cannot count the number of zeros and ones. So without using these two, you have to solve this problem. You cannot use new list or array, and you cannot use the concepts of count here, because I know you will count the values and you will just create a new array of it. No, you can't do like this. You have to do it without using these two stuff. Okay, so by using the pointers approach, I was just discussing the pointers from very long time now. Now you have to do this. Okay, how you will do this? Let's see guys, how you will do is, I am giving you the 5 minutes time. You can just pause this video and you can just start. You can just pause this video and you can just start with the approach. Okay, so now it's very much clear. Now I will just provide you the approach of solving this question. So how this arrays is looking to you, how this array is actually given to you. It is given in the format. Let me take an example test case. Like this is the test case, one test case which I am just given. Okay, this is the test case and this is the array which is given to you, and it's look like 0 0 1 1 0 1 and 0, right? Like this it's look, like this it's look. Now what I will do, I will use the pointer approach. How? I will use two pointer. E and F, pointer E and pointer F, right? So how they will go? So here are two conditions. Let me talk about the condition 1. So according to my condition 1, if the value of my E pointer is equal to 0, if my value becomes 0, then what I have to do? I have to increment both E and F after a swapping. I have to do the swapping, right? I have to do the swapping, and from where I have to do the swapping? E and F both will be swapped. So how my output actually should be looking? My output should look like this after solving this question, right? So let's take a case. E and F is here. My E and F both are on 0. So we will do the swap. If we do the swap, the value will be remaining same, and we will just increment E over here and F over here again. So at the 0th value, we are doing two things. We are doing the swap, and then we are incrementing both E and F. That's the condition 1. Okay. Now we'll talk about next. Suppose my E and F is now here. So now what I have to do? So when my E is equal to 1, what I have to do? I will not do the swap now. I will just increment E. I will not do the swapping. I will just increment the E pointer. So my E pointer will come over here, and my F pointer is here. Let me erase. Now my F pointer is here and my E pointer is here. Now again, what we will do? Again it is equal to 1. My E will move over here. Now when my E will be over here, what I will do? I will do the swapping, because my E is on the 0. So my E and F will be swapped. So this will become 1 and this will become 0. This will be swapped, right? And then my F will move over here. Now my new F location will be here, and then my new E location will be here. Okay, same. Now you will notice again, sorry, they both are on the 1 1, and when they are on the 1 1, we have to just increment the E. So let me come to here. Now E is on my 0 again. Now my E is here. Okay, this I have erased. So now my E is on the 0 here. My E is here and my F is here. Now what I will do? Again we will do the swapping. So when we will do the swapping, this will become 1 and this will become 0. Got the thing? We have just got our output. So like this we will do it. Easy guys. If you like this video, you are liking this video and the quality content which I are delivering to you, you can just comment down below your things. Like if you are facing any sort of problem, if you are facing the problems in any sort of question, you can just ping the questions below. We will try to solve and create video on it, so that we can just give you one of the finest delivery content on the placement series. So we are focusing on that particular stuff. Okay, so don't get any hesitate to give me any sort of problem, and just provide the feedback so that we can improve our quality of teaching and etc. So that will be our concept and the movement of further teaching, right? So like this we have to do it. So now we have now you have to focus on two things. Okay guys, you have to just focus on two things. Now you have to focus on this condition and then on this condition. This is condition 2, this is condition 1. Now we will generate the code by using these two conditions. So how we can write the code? Now easy, very much easy. Now we are just drawing the code implementation. So this is a new concept now, like when we are just drawing the coding implementation. Okay, let's do it. How we can just solve this problem. So now I will create one E which will be 0 and one F will be 0 initially. Very much simple. Now what we will do? Now we will create one while loop. So it will run till my value of E gets lesser than the length of nums. Simple, very much easy guys, very much easy. I think you all are loving this video. Okay, so why I have just written this? Because my F, you will notice that my F will stop where the value of the last 0 will be. So my F will stop at the index where I am getting the last 0, but my E will go on till the end. Okay, so what variable I will be using for the condition? Without any doubts, I will be using the E variable. So E variable will be used here. Okay, so now my value of E is lesser than length of nums. So in that particular case, what I will be doing? when my value will be lesser than nums, then I will check for the condition. Now I will write my first condition, and this condition will look like if nums of e is equal to 0, then what you have to do? Simple, you have to do the swap. Okay, and for the swap we are very much friendly to do the swap operation. Nums of e. Similarly, we will just go to 1 and f plus equal to 1. You have done the first operation of us. Now, if this thing is not 0, like if this this array contains only zeros and 1, so if the value will be 0, if value will be 0, then other value will be 1 only. So if this value is not 0, then it's 1. So when it comes to 1, then I have to just increment the e pointer. Simply we are just going, and after this operation which you have just done, you have to just return the nums again. Simple, guys. Got the implementation? Just you have to focus on the condition. Like here we are just doing the first condition of mine. Here till here it's condition 1, and here it's condition 2, and we are using running condition. We are using running condition of e. Same. Okay, now we will just code this and we will see the output. So now we will go again to the lead code. Okay, not on the lead code, we will go to the questions. So my question is here. I have to just segregate here. So I am on the GFG now. I have to do this. How we will do this again? Let me take a value like e is there and f is there. So while my value of e is lesser than length of nums, what I have to just do? I have to check while if my nums of e. Okay, let me increase the size like. Okay, like this I will write so that you can also see the code. Okay, so if my nums equal to 0, then what we will do? Simply we will do the swap. Okay, so when we will be doing swapping, so what we have to do? We have to just write swap, not swap. Just got C++ in my mind, and nums of f will be equal to nums of f comma nums of, not like this. Okay, like this. Simple. We just swapped and we just want to increment this thing, and same for this. And then for the else, what I have to do? Simply I will increment the e only, and when we will just complete this thing, so we'll just gonna return the nums again. So like this we will be solving this problem, and let's see submit. So here it will give the error. Why it is giving me the error? Because nums is not defined. I just use the nums. Instead of this nums, I will use the array. So that's the problem. I am just using the nums again and again over here everywhere. So I will just change with ARR. Okay, it's giving me like this. Okay, this will also be ARR. Got the thing. Let's compile and run. Now I think that this will be running easily. So yeah, it's giving me the right answer. Let me submit this and let's see is my test cases got fast running or not. So my test case processed. So 200, and at 200 I think there is a problem. Okay, this problem is successfully solved. Okay, this problem is successfully solved and all our test cases is passed. So like this we will solve this problem, or we will solve this problem. Now there is one more problem for all you guys which we will be solving today, and this problem is sort color problem on lead code. Now you have to do this problem. Okay, sort colors problem. So this problem is based on that particular problem in which we are just segregating zeros and 1. So this problem is based on that problem, okay, which we have just seen right now. So you have to solve this problem. Again, this problem is related to the array and list, so it will be easy for you for solving, and let's see how you can do this quickly. You can take your time, you can just solve this problem. So in this sort problems, what we are given now, in the previous problem we have just given 0 and 1. So in this problem, let me take you back to the screen. Okay, so in this problem what we have given 2 0, 2, 1, 1 and 0. This is the problem, right? And again, the output which we want is 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2. Like this we want the output. So in the previous problem, this is the extension of that problem. Okay, I am saying that this is the extension of the previous problem which we just discussed right now. So don't get confused in these two problems, as there will be different approaches altogether. No, the approaches will be similar, but the only change will be in the number of pointers, okay, and the conditions. So two conditions will remain same, which we have just discussed for the E and F here. So you can take your time and you can just solve this problem. How we can solve this? So this is again a medium level problem that you can solve. So let's take your time and just solve this problem. I'm giving you the 5 minutes. You can just pause this video and you can just solve this problem, and then we will just do the approach how to solve this. Okay, so okay, I think it's pretty much good. Now we can just start with the solution. So now let break this in the blocks, because I love the block diagram. So 2 will be here, 0 will be here, 2 will be here, 1 will be here, 1 will be here, and 0 is here. So let me erase this extra part. So like this problem actually looks. So instead of E and F, now I will take one more pointer which will be K. Okay, so my E will be on 0 and F will be on 0, like this, E and F, and K will be on here. So my value of K will, and the his will be nums minus 1. If I take this array as a nums, then my K will be on the length of nums minus 1. Now what I have to do? So again I will write the same condition. How we will be doing this? So let me take an example. So first what we will check? First what will be check? Okay. So now in the first condition, we will check that if the value of nums, or I can write directly that if my E is equal to 0, this is the first condition. So there what we have to do? Again you have to swap, and whom you will be swapping? E and F. You have to just swap E and F, you have to just increment both. This is we already seen in the last question. This is the thing which we have just already seen in the last question. This was the same condition which we are just encountering again. Similarly, again, if my F, not my F, if my E will be equal to 1, then what I have to do? Then again, no problem, I have to just increment E. So this is again the same condition. So these two conditions will be same now. Okay, this two is same. Now let's go further. Now, if I get anything other than this at the point of E, if my E is not equal to 1, if my E is not equal to 0, then what I have to do? I will just swap the E and K. Got my condition 3? This is the only new condition which we have just add. This is the only new conditions. Okay, this is the new condition, which is that if I get other than 1 and 0, now we will just directly swap E and K, and then after swapping this, what we will do? We will just decrement the K by 1. Simple. Your question is solved. How? Let me check. Let me give you a dry run of it. Okay, so now my E and F is on 2. So my E is not equal to 0, my E is not equal to 1. So what I will do? I will just swap K and E. So this will become 0 and this will become 2. Correct? And after this, my K will move over here. My K is no more here. Let me erase this K. Go. Gone. You also go. Okay. So now my K is over here and EFF is over here. Now again, now my E is equal to 0 now here. Then what I will do? I will just swap, and when I will just swap, they will remain same because E and F is on the same, and then they will just increment by 1. So I will just erase both of them and they will come over here. Easy? Now understand this again. Now they are again on 0, then there is no need of anything. It will go to here. Now again my E got 2. Then what I will do? I will just swap. So when I will be swapping, this will become 2, this will become 1, and after that my K will come over here. Now my K is over here. and again my E and F is on 1. So my E is on 1. So when my E will be on 1, I will just increment the E. So now you will notice that this E will be on the same where I will be having the K. So at that particular time, I will get this sorted array. You can see that it is sorted 0 0 1 1 2 2, and this we are just wanting. Got the thing? Like this. Okay, so I think it's clear. The approach is clear to you all guys. How you will solve it, very much clear. Okay, we will now move the further. Now we'll do the implementation part of it. We have just seen how we are just encountering this problem. Now we will do it. Okay, so okay, let's do it. Okay, so now we'll go to the lead code. So there is one more thing to tell to you, which is talking about the loop condition. Okay, talking about the running condition here. Running condition will be slightly different. Here it will run till my E is not equal to K plus 1. Okay, clear? This will be the running condition which we will be using, because we have just noticed here that when this will be going and then my EK will be equal to each other, and when E will go further, we have to just stop here. Okay, so at that particular case we'll have to do this condition. So that's why we just written here. Now let's see, let's go on the lead code and let's solve this problem. Let's KDS this problem, guys. It's a medium level problem. Okay, so now what we will do, same, just provide E and F as 0 and 0, and after that what I will do, I will just provide it as 0 0. Now very much simple, I will create one K which will be my length of nums. Now luckily I am getting the name nums here. Okay, now this will run till my E is not equal to K plus 1. Like this my while is now will be running, and in the while I will check that if my value of nums of E is equal to 1 or is equal to 0, then what I will do, I will just do the swapping. So how I will just swapping here, nums of E comma nums of F, which will be equal to nums of F comma nums of E. Simple, we have done this. Now we're going to increment both the things, and then in the else what I will do, simple, I will just increment this. Now remember, not in the else, you will have to write the elif. Why? Because here we are having three pointers. Okay, now we are not having only two things, here we are having three things. So like here what we will be doing like this, and for the else what we will be doing, we will be swapping what will be swapping, E and K. So the nums of K is equal to nums of K and nums of E, and then I will be decrementing the K by 1, and then after doing all these games we will be returning nums back, and now this num back will be sorted form. Let's see how it looks. So speeding up the solution, so it's accepted, and let's print. So great guys, bonsai, we beat 97.22% of users in Python 3. So great guys, you just done this implementation in a very great way and very better way as possible. So kudos to you, just done the two medium level problems in this video right now. So this video is the longest video till now on this particular topics or the series which we are just doing right now. Great guys, very much great. So now we'll move to the next problem. This problem we have just done, we have completed sort colors problem. Till sort colors problem is just completed. Now we will move to the next problem, which will be the missing number problem. Now let's see what this problem is actually. So this problem is very simple. This problem is an easy level problem. This again we are just dropping the concept here of level. So it's an easy level problem, you can easily do it. So let me give you a brief overview of this problem also. So let's go to the pad again. Okay, so here what we are just seeing here, just notice one thing here. I will just do the missing number. I will be giving the title missing number, and let's see how this thing looks. So here what I have given one nums array, and you can take the name of the array which you want. Here what I have to find, like you can say that this nums contains the highest value of 3. Okay, how you can understand this problem? This value contains the highest value of 3. So now from 0, 1, 2 and 3 till 3 I have to write the counting, then I have to check that whether 0 is in it or not. Like 0 is in it, 1 is in it, yes, 1 is also in it, 2, no, 2 is not in it, 3 is in it. So my answer will be 2 because my 2 is not in this. So like this problem actually says, this is the problem. This is the problem. I'm not giving any sort of approach. This is the problem. This is the basic problem which you have to deal. Okay. Again, let's take a test case. You have given 0 and 1. You have given 0 and 1. Now here, when you will see this particular test case, then you will get a different approach. Okay, which I have just told you. This is not the correct way of seeing the problem. Right now I am also saying you. I will tell you how the correct way to see this problem. So you can take example like this contain how many elements? This particular array, 2 elements it contains. 2 elements it's contain. So let me write the values like from 2, 0, 1 and 2. So 0 is here, 1 is here, 2 is not here. Now let me give you again an intuition of this problem in this test case which you have to discuss right now. Okay, let me write here. So let me write here nums is given to me as 3, 0 and 1. Right? Correct? 3, 0 and 1 the nums is given to me. How many elements are there in this array? 3 elements. Okay. Write the counting from 3. 1, 2, 3. From 0 we will write. Now 0 is here, 1 is here, 3 is here, 2 is not here. So 2 will be my output. So what we have to do, we have to count the number of elements in this particular list or array. Then we will have to find from the count to 0 to that particular the number till the total number of elements are there, and then the missing value which is not present in this particular array will be your ultimate output. Now there can be two approaches of solving this. How? There can be two approaches. What you can do? What are the approaches? You can just take one variable. Let's take example of n. Okay, you can take two approaches. One is my friend's approach. One approach is mine approach. Okay, so what I have done, my friend approach is better than my approach. Tell you, its name is Amritanshu. So his approach is far better than mine. So let me take you to here. Okay. So we are just doing the questions together and then you just got the approach. Okay. So here there is n. So we have taken the n here and let me take the length of this particular nums in it. Let me take, it hardly matters, I am taking the length here. Now what I will do, I will run the I in particular range of this n. Okay. Then what I will do, I will check that if this I is present in nums, then you have to do nothing. Okay, you have to do nothing. You can do any sort of operation. But if this I is not in the nums, then you have to, output will be my I have declared one output variable which is 0, and then I will just return my output. So this is the first way of looking this problem, and this, by using this code you will get the solution, easy solution you will get. Okay, so we are just checking whether, okay, what we are just doing, I am running the loop. Suppose we take example of here 3, 0 and 1, that test case. So I am running the loop for till how I will, and I am running, so I am running like here from 0 to 3 I am running the loop. Okay, so let me check the first value, like from 0. So 0 is present in this, yes, 0 is present. Then 1 is present, okay, 1 is also present. 2 is not present, so it means my output will be 2. Okay, like this we are just trying to, I'm just trying to solve. Okay, so this is the first approach of solving this problem, and by using this also you will get the solution. I can just show you. So I can just show you this. Let me go to the screen and let me show you. Okay, so we are on the lead code again. So let's solve this problem. Okay, so here what I am doing, okay, so simple. What I will do, I will take one n, and there I will take the nums of length nums, and then I will take one output, and this will be initialized 0 for I in range. I will just check and I will just run till my n, and then I will just do the checking, like if my I in nums will be there, then what I will do, I will just gonna do nothing. I will just write pass. Else what I will just do, else what I will be doing, else I will be changing my output to I, and then I will be returning that output. Simple. Let me check this solution. So it is giving me the wrong test case as one particular point, so the expected is 2, and I've just written like this. Okay, so I've created one error in this approach. Let me check where I just created one error. So okay, so this is the problem. We will run till 1 n plus 1 because this will be running on the boundary edge. So this is the problem. So after doing this, you will see that it is running perfectly. So this is the first approach of solving this problem. Okay, this is the first approach. So let me correct this. I will run till n, because I will give you these notes so that you can understand this thing also. Nums plus 1. Okay, so like this. So now you will see that it's taking a long time, right? So it's taking a long time. Okay, so how I can do it in a very short period. So this is the actually that approach which I was talking about, the second approach. Now instead of doing this whole lot of thing, what you can do, let me come back to my screen. Okay, so there is a very easy thing which you can perform here. You all guys know one formula. Here we will use one formula. Let me take, we know the sum of n natural number which is equal to n of n plus 1 by 2, like this. So if I take example, like if I want the sum till 3, then how I can find my sum 1 0 plus 2 plus 3, then it will give me the answer like 6. So let me solve it again. So here 3 2 by 2. Okay, so till 3 I have to just solve. Okay, I just created one problem in the formula. So sorry for that. So how we will do it? For the finding this sum till, so we do like this actually. So here what we will do, my n here is 3. So till 3 I just want the solution. So 3 is there into 3 plus 1 by 2 is there. So this will be returning me 4 by 2, and this will be 6 as an answer. So you know this thing as this thing. So what we can do, when we are just given this array 3 0 and 1, how I can figure out the which value is missing? Very much simple. What I can do, I can just create one sum variable n for I in range till the length of nums. Okay, or instead of this also I can use this thing for I in nums. Directly what I can do, I can just write sum is equal to I. Simple, I got the sum. Now what I will do, now my n is length of this particular nums, then what I can just write, total sum will be equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. So I get two sum. I will get one total sum, and one I will get my sum of the array. So the element which will be missing will be the total sum minus sum which is in the array. Very much simple, because if you take example of this particular thing, so the sum of this will be 4, and when we talk about the sum till 3, then it will become 3 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to 6. So 6 minus 4 will give me the 2, and 2 is the missing element which I just want to find. So in this particular thing you will get this answer in a very less time complexity. So let me code this for you. So that you can also understand it. So again, let me go to the problem. Okay, this screen is visible to you or not? Okay, so this is the problem. So now what I have to do, simple, what I will do, now I will create one sum which will be 0, and there will be one more sum like total sum. And how we will be calculating this? Very much simple. We will be using n star n plus 1, and you can just divide it by 2. Okay, simple. And before that, what we will do, we will be defining what the n is. So n is nothing but my length of nums. Okay. After that, for I in nums, I will be adding the nums or I in it, and then we will be returning. Now here, remember one thing, you have to just write like this. You get the integer from here. Okay. So after getting the integer from here, what you have to do, you have to just subtract the total sum minus sum. Okay. And let's see now what we get in this approach. So now you will notice that you have killed this problem in very much less time. Okay. So you have beat 86% of this. And previously we have just solved this problem in 2226 microseconds, and right now we have solved this problem in 118 microseconds. So there is a huge difference between time complexity here. Okay. Although you're using memory, but there is a huge difference between the time complexity. So that's the great stuff of solving again. So now we'll move to the next problem. Now we'll move again to the next problem. Okay. So let me move to the next problem. So now my next problem is max consecutive ones. So this is the problem again. So this is also an easy level problem. There you don't have to do any sort of major complications and things like this. You have to just want to count the maximum consecutive ones. This will be a one revision of your maximum sub-array problem. Okay, maximum sub-array problem, you all guys know, we have just discussed in the Kadhane's algorithm there. So here this thing is the extension of that problem. If you haven't watched the Kadhane's algorithm video, just go there and watch the Kadhane's algorithm. I will just link this video below in the description. Go to the Kadhane's algorithm and just see this video, and then after that you can just easily able to solve this problem also. So how this problem actually looks like. So this problem is actually looking like Kadhane's algorithm only. So what you are given, let me provide you a brief description of this. So my problem name is maximum consecutive ones. Okay, this is my problem. I will just solve it. So how I will just solve it? Again, I have given one nums array. I like the name nums, by the way. So it looks like this. Now I have to count the consecutive numbers here. Okay, I have to just count the consecutive nums. So how we can see this problem? You can see this problem in a way like there are two times the 1 1 is coming. So right now my consecutive ones is this, and here this thing is greater, so it will go to 3. So here my output will be 3, because the greater times or the greater consecutive ones here is this particular case, and it is 3. If I get this particular input, then I will get the answer this, which is 4, because this is the highest consecutive repetition of 1. So like this you have to understand this problem, and now we'll just go to the approach of solving it, right? So again we will use the Kadhane's approach here, or the Kadhane's algorithm, because it will give me the answer in a very precise way. So I'm just getting this array like 1 1 0 1 1 and 1. So in the Kadhane's algorithm, what we have just done, what we are doing in that algorithm also, when we talk about the Kadhane's algorithm, so what was your approach there? So when we talk about the approach here, so what we will do, we will write one maximum, and which will contain the minimum of this array. Let me take, now this time this maximum is 0. Let's take example, this maximum is 0. Now what we have to do, now we will have to maintain here the count. I have written the count as 0 because right now I haven't started the count yet. So now what we will do, now we will just go like this. We are on the 1, then what we will do, we will just increment the count to 1. We will just increment the count to 1. We have just incremented the count to 1. Now what we will do, now what we will do, now after we incrementation, now when we are on the 1 and we have just incremented the count, we have just compare this thing like my from the max. So this count is greater than max, so what will be the max now? This will be 1. Okay, now I will increment this pointer here. Now this is again 1. Then what it will do, or what it will be doing, it will just add this count, and then my max will become 2, because it will compare, then my max will become 2. Okay, now we are on 0, but on the 0 what will be happening, my count will be 0 completely, When I will get 0, my count will become 0. Simple as that. And when it will be not 0, we will be just incrementing the count by 1, and we will be checking the maximum of it from the global maximum and the maximum right now and the count right now. So this thing we will be doing when I will get count equal to 0. But when my count will be equal to 1, okay, then we are doing this stuff. When my count will be 0, then I will be doing this. Very much simple. Now let's see again. Now I am on the 1. Now what I have to do? Now again my count will start to 1. It will compare. Right now it will not swap. Here it will become 2. Right now also it will not swap. Here it will become 3. Now this will be changed as 3. And after this complete traversal, we will returning 3 as the answer, because we know that like this it is going. So this is actually the Kadani's approach of solving this problem. So now we will just try to code it here. We will just drawing the code approach, and after that code approach we will be moving towards the coding part of it. Okay, now as simple as that, how we will solve it. So this time we will be doing one stuff here, and this is very interesting stuff. Again, what we will be doing, we will create one max here which will be 0. You will just watch the Kadani's algorithm video and it will become very much easy for you all guys to understand. So the max is 0, then the value of count is also 0 right now. Let me take it as 0 because I don't know the actual value, so I am taking the count as a 0. Now I will run the for loop. So till how much time it will look? For I in range, it will become the standard till nums, correct? So it will run till the nums. And in that particular time, now what I will do? Now I will check, like if my nums of I is equal to 0, then what I have to do? I have to just make my count equal to 0. Else what I have to do? If this thing not happens, then I will just increment the count by 1, and after incrementing the count by 1, I will just do one step which will be checking of global maxima. So my maxes will become the max of maxes and count. Just by this I will be checking the values, and after the successful check I will just return the max. Simple, pretty much simple. This is the code only. It becomes very simple. So what we are doing, we are checking for the condition of 0 here, condition of 0, and for this we are checking about the condition of 1. So like this we are just trying to solve this problem. Okay, now let's move again to the coding implementation, and we will just able to ace this problem now. So we are on a lead code again. So let's welcome this problem with a thrash of keyboard. Let's see, we have just declared one max with 0 and count also with 0. Now what do we do? For I in range till 0 to length of nums, so what I will do, simply what we will doing, we'll check for the nums of I will be equal to 0. When this will happen, I'll just create I will just go to the thing and count will be 0. Else, for the case of else, what we will be doing, we'll just gonna make my count increment by 1, and then what I will be doing, simple, I am incrementing my count and then I'm checking for the max condition again. So my max will become the max of max and count. Simple. This is the case where we are just trying for the checking of the condition, and then we will just returning the max. And when we will want to do this, there will be a magic. Let's see. That is, our approach is going correct. Yeah, it's accepted. So by using that Kadani's approach, we have just solved this problem, and let's see. Okay, so bonsai guys, again we just solved this problem in a very less time complexity as possible. In often we just solve this problem. So this is the Kadani's approach of solving this problem. You can just explore this problem by going to the section. You can just go to the description and you can just explore this problem. Now there is one more problem, if you want, that you can just cover it further, because it's a very short problem. So this problem is the problem of good pairs. Okay, so this again is a very good problem. This is the problem of good pairs. So how this problem is actually solved, that's the point, that's the game guys, how we will solve this problem. So but before seeing this problem, it's very much thing that you should understand this problem actually, because this problem will take time, 5 minutes for understanding, and then you can just easily implement it, because this contains a hell lot of easy code. Okay, this is the 3 lines code, 3 to 4 lines code as max. Okay, so you can just understand this problem in a very less time as possible. So just focus on understanding this problem in a quick way. Okay, so let's go to the explanation part of it. So how this problem actually looks like. Okay, so here it is given you that you have a nums array again, and this nums array contains 1 2 3 1 1 and 3 as an elements. Now you have to find out the good pairs. Now how your good pairs looks like. So first, to understand this thing, I will break it into a diagram. So this is 1 2 3 1 1 3. No need of this thing, so just remove this. Okay, just remove this. Okay, so I just written 0 1 2 3 4 5 here, and this is the indexes. So you can take good pairs. So it is giving me that any sort of pair is a good pair if that nums of I is equal to nums of j, and I should be lesser than j. That's the condition. That's the condition for a good pair. So for in this example, let's take an example of good pairs here. So here you can see this thing and this thing. Here, let me take here. It is 0. Okay, it is 0 and it is 3. So my I is 0 and j is 3. Right. So the value of I is 0 and j is 3, and both are having same elements. So this condition is satisfied. My I also is lesser than 3. So this condition is also satisfied. Then it means that this thing is a good pair. So I can write this 0, 3. This is the first good pair which is obtained. Similarly, take example of this also. We are having 2 over here. We are having 1 over here. Okay. They are not a good pair. Let's take this and this. They both are also having same value, and 0 is also lesser than 4. So again we got one good pair, which is 1 and 4. Right. Similarly, here we have got 2. There is no good pair related to 2. 3 and 3. And here 2 is lesser than 5. Condition satisfied. And they both have same value. This also gets satisfied. So it means it will contain one more good pair, which will be 2, 5. So 3 good pairs we have figured out. Let's figure out some more good pairs out of it. Okay, so these are the 3 good pairs which we have just figured out. Now let's figure out more good pairs. Okay, so like this we have just figured out the good pairs. Okay, like 0 to 4, 1 to 4 and 2 to 5. Okay, these are the good pairs which we have just figured out. Okay, this is 0 and 4, not 1 and 4, and this is 2 and 5, correct? Okay, we just solve this, and this is also a good pair. These two are also a good pair. Why? Because they are also having same value, and 3 is lesser than 4, so there will be one more good pair, which will be 3, 4. So like this, and these is the indexes name. These are the index name. Do not confuse them with the elements. Otherwise, you will be get stuck in this problem. These are the indexes we are writing in the pairs. These are the I and J format. They are the indexes of that array, and we are just playing with the indexes right now. Okay, so like this we are just getting. Now what are the approaches to solve this problem? How I can count? So there are 4. So my output will be 4 of this problem. So how to count the good pairs here? That's the problem. Let's see guys. So what approach I will be following now? Let me take an example like 1 2 3 1 1 and 3. Now I will take one I pointer and one j pointer here. Okay, so now this j pointer will move to the end by comparing. I will create one count. Let me assign it as 0 value, like for I in range 0 to length of nums, and for j in range 0 to length of nums. What we will be doing? We will comparing the two particular conditions. Like if my nums of I is equal to nums of j, and I is lesser than j, then what I have to do? I have to just increment my count, because I am getting the good pair. So I am just incrementing the count, and at the end I will be returning the count. Simple guys. Here we are actually checking for the condition, and my I is fixed to one position and my j is going further and further and checking, like if this j will get 1 here, then it will check for the 2 condition. Like if they both values are same, this gets satisfied. J is lesser than 1, okay, this is also 1 because I is 1 and j is 0 1 2 3. Okay, so 1 is lesser than 3, this also gets satisfied, the count will become 1. Similarly, this will go on till we reach to the end of the loop, and by this way we will be easy to and very easily find out the good pairs. Let we do the coding implementation. So we are on the lead code again. So let me go to the good pairs problem. So now what we'll be doing, same approach, we will just figure it out. So what I will do, I will just create one count. I will just create one count and I will just assign the value as 0. So for I in range, we will just pass on the value 0 to length of nums, and then what we will be doing, we will be taking for j in range, it will be again from 0 to length of nums, and then what we will be doing, it's very simple. Now simply we will have to check the conditions which is written in this here only. So the conditions will be nums of I, and this will be equal to the nums of j, and then my I should be lesser than j even, and after fulfilling these 2 conditions I will be implementing or incrementing the count, and at the end I will be returning the count to you. So by this we will get the solution easily. Let's see. So it's just speeding up the problem. Accepted. Great guys. So you solve this problem and the complexity will be increased. It will be n square because there will be, I just used the 2 for loops here. So like this you can solve this problem. So it's an easy level problems we just solved today. So we have just solved many problems today. It's really great to teach you all you guys. So let's interact the community. It's a very nice thing teaching you. Thank you so much guys for lots and lots of support. You'll just come with the day 7 tomorrow and we will just discuss, because tomorrow is the 7th day. Tomorrow is an iconic day, but we will try to deliver you some sort of great and dynamic contents as possible with the notes and all sort of implementations. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Soon I will just catch you in the next day tomorrow. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and please share this video with your friends who like this video. If you're liking the content and the efforts we're just putting over it, please like, share and subscribe this video. We'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye, tada.